passionate about his family, he's passionate about his friends, he's passionate about helping people dream, and passionate about bringing communities together. And he's just one of the realest dudes I know, Call of Duty. So with that said, I'm going to have him come talk to you now about collaboration.
And when we see it, we know it, right? We know Bruno and Cardi with finesse. We were like, that's collaboration. We knew Adidas with the commercial we were talking about earlier, where everybody's sitting around the table. We're like, that's collaboration. But when Rasheem was like, talk about collaboration, I went back to basics and was like, what's the definition? But before that, I think you're right. Like, sometimes we forget the privilege we have. Privilege of being together. The privilege of this collaboration. The privilege of being around the individuals that make up this collective, right? We forget Gabe and Doggy and how he's doing the athletic footwear line inspired by David and Goliath that I just learned about today. We forget Maud and Sink Ladies and the awesome expression of power that they had in tapping into equality. We forgot Lowell. We forget that Lowell is a global leader at Google who does a lot of procurement and finance all across the world. We forget the privilege we have of just bearing witness to each other's company. We forget that me and Kendra worked at Starwood together as interns, as MBAs when she was at GBS, I was at Kellogg, and now she's doing marketing for one of the invisible hands in Andreessen Horowitz that inspires brands that we all know and love. We forget that. But I think this weekend we have to tap into collaboration. So again, I looked at the definition, I looked at a bunch, and this is the definition that I like the most. So the definition I like the most was the action of working with someone to produce or create something. The action of working with someone to produce or create something. And I think underlying that, Rasheem would be mad at me if I didn't say underlying the something has to be something great. So it's like, what are the operative words, right? The operative words that I thought that I'll just tell a couple stories about are action, working, with, create, and produce. When I think about collaboration, and when Rasheem told me to talk about it, sometimes I think like the best thing to do is go back to the definition. When I think about that definition, I think about those 5 key words. Right? How do you make sure that you are like really figuring out how to act, be a wolf out here, work hard as hell, because somebody's working hard as hell too. Figure out how to not be an asshole and just work with people right. Be kind. Not think you're too cool. Just be nice, right? That makes us really want to know. I want to know you and you. Like, work with people well. How do you make sure you produce all of those things so you can build some tangible results? And then how do you make sure you create? And tap into that godlike power that undergirds all of this. And then last, how do you do it in an inspiring way that we can all achieve greatness? And the last story is, Rasheem and I were trying to figure out, like, how do we make this real for us? And he was like, 12 o'clock, Wednesday. So what the hell are you doing? So like every Wednesday at 12 p.m., there's this calendar invite I have. So it's 9 a.m. for Rasheem. And it just says greatness check-in. So like whether it's a text or a call or whatever, all he does or all I do is just call each other. Like, yo, what did you do this week to be great? What did you do today to make somebody else great? What did you do? Like, how are you inspiring greatness today? And I guess that's the last charge for all of you. Make it real for somebody else. Inspire somebody else here. Make somebody else's dreams come true. Like, let's just try to be great together. So, I mean, cheers to 7X. Cheers to this collective that we have here that's present. And let's just be great this weekend. All right?